All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. Apple isn't just changing the iPhone 18. They're changing when you're allowed to want it. The decision to split the launch calendar isn't a logistics move. It's a calculated psychological shift in how Apple controls desire, spending behavior, and media attention. And the consequences for everyday buyers are more significant than anyone is currently admitting. Let's dive right into the video. Let's start with the split launch itself, because the framing matters enormously. Every major outlet is reporting this like it's a scheduling inconvenience. It isn't. When Apple separates the Pro lineup, the 18 Pro, Pro Max, and rumored Ultra folding iPhone, into a September event, and pushes the standard iPhone 18 and Air to March or April, they're deliberately creating a 6-month news cycle instead of a single one. That means 2 rounds of YouTube videos, 2 rounds of pre-order hype, 2 rounds of carrier deals, and 2 rounds of upgrade pressure. Apple isn't splitting the launch for your convenience. They're doubling the marketing calendar while the average buyer absorbs the cost of waiting. The iPhone 17 was the best-selling phone on Earth at the start of this year. Apple is betting that restructuring its own release rhythm won't hurt volume. It'll concentrate premium revenue first, then clean up the mid-range later. That's not customer-first thinking. That's portfolio management wearing a product announcement costume. Now here's where it gets more interesting. The rumored variable aperture camera on the 18 Pro is being discussed like a spec upgrade. But think about what variable aperture actually means in practice. It means the lens physically adjusts its opening like a professional DSLR, giving you real optical control over depth of field and low-light performance. Not computational simulation of it. Every other phone manufacturer, including Samsung with its own Pro cameras, achieves this effect through software. Apple, if these supply chain reports from ET News are accurate, is moving toward hardware-level optical control. That's not iteration. That's a foundational change in how iPhone cameras work. And if it debuts exclusively on the Pro line this fall, it creates the widest real-world camera gap between Pro and standard iPhone we've ever seen. Which means for the first time, the just get the regular iPhone advice that tech reviewers have given for years starts becoming genuinely questionable. This is actually a good moment to mention Walverse, because if you're the type of person tracking multiple device releases across 2 launch windows, managing that research across tabs and notes gets messy fast. Walverse handles contextual organization in a way that keeps your thinking connected rather than scattered across bookmarks. It's genuinely built for the kind of research rabbit holes this video is going to send you down. Links in the description. Back to the hardware. The under-display Face ID situation is the sleeper story nobody is treating seriously enough. Ice Universe leaked an image of a significantly smaller dynamic island cutout, and analyst Ross Young independently confirmed he believes this transition is happening, with a complete disappearance of the island entirely within a few years. Compare that to where we are now. The dynamic island launched in 2022 as Apple's answer to a hardware limitation. The sensor cluster needed space, so Apple made the space feel intentional. If Face ID moves under the screen, the entire dynamic island concept becomes legacy UI overnight. Every app that was designed around live activity integration in the island suddenly exists in a design language Apple is quietly retiring. That's a significant developer and UX disruption that nobody in a mainstream conversation is preparing for. And then there's the RAM situation. Reports suggest all iPhone 18 models could carry 12 gigabytes of RAM, double the iPhone 17. That number sounds like a spec sheet win, but it's actually a signal about where Apple Intelligence is heading. You don't double RAM for current features. You double RAM for on-device AI workloads that haven't shipped yet. Apple is building infrastructure for something. The question isn't what the iPhone 18 can do. It's what Apple is planning to run on it that we haven't seen announced. Over 70% of you watching right now still haven't subscribed, and I genuinely think this community is different. These are the people who want to understand the architecture behind the announcement, not just the headline. If that resonates, you already know what to do. What I keep sitting with is this. Apple is about to release a folding phone above $2,000, a Pro lineup with hardware-level camera technology, and a standard iPhone that may not arrive until early 2027. At what point does the affordable iPhone stop being a real product category and start being a placeholder that exists just to keep the lineup looking complete? Drop your thoughts below, especially if you're someone who is planning to buy the standard 18 this fall. I want to know how this changes your decision. Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.